Discover the rarest and most valuable Lincoln pennies, where history meets extraordinary worth. Explore why only some pennies are worth millions, their fascinating origins, unique features, and investment value, making these tiny coins priceless treasures for collectors worldwide. The 1-cent Lincoln penny 1963, from the United States, holds a special place in numismatic history. Minted during a time of great change in America, it features the classic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, a design first introduced in 1909. Collectors value this coin not only for its age but for its enduring representation of Lincoln's legacy. The 1963 D mint mark indicates it was produced at the Denver Mint, adding a layer of rarity for enthusiasts seeking specific mint variations. The design of the Lincoln penny 1963 remains largely consistent with previous decades, but subtle differences in strike quality and minting errors make certain coins exceptionally collectible. The reverse showcases the wheat ears, a detail that would eventually be replaced in later years with the Lincoln Memorial design. These small details are critical to collectors who study the coin's minute characteristics to determine their grade and authenticity. During the early 1960s, the U.S. Mint faced increasing demand for coinage, which sometimes led to coins being struck with higher or lower quality than usual. The 1963 D penny benefited from careful production but still has examples that display unique die variations. Such variations can include double dies, off-center strikes, or differences in the placement of the mint mark. These factors contribute significantly to the coin's desirability among collectors. The historical context of 1963 also adds intrigue. It was a year marked by social change and the presidency of John F. Kennedy. Coins from this era reflect the transitional period in American culture and economy, making them appealing not just for their metal content, but for their historical resonance. Collectors often seek coins from specific years to complete sets, and the 1963 D penny is a notable component of the Lincoln cent series. Condition plays a major role in determining value. Coins that have been circulated show signs of wear, such as smoothing on Lincoln's cheek and hair or fading on the wheat ears. Conversely, uncirculated specimens, particularly those with a full mint luster, command much higher prices. The preservation of the coin's surface, absence of scratches, and clarity of the mint mark all contribute to its classification as a high-grade collectible. Errors and rare varieties can also increase a penny's value. The 1963 D Lincoln penny sometimes appears with double dies or repunched mint marks, which are highly sought after by specialists. Even minor deviations in the coin's design or minting process can turn an ordinary penny into a piece worth thousands or millions. Collectors meticulously inspect coins under magnification to identify these rare anomalies. Provenance and previous ownership history can further enhance the coin's prestige. Coins that have appeared in major auctions or were once part of notable collections often fetch higher prices. A well-documented 1963 D penny with a clean record of authenticity can attract serious collectors and investors looking for a reliable addition to their collection. The current market value of a high-grade 1-cent Lincoln penny 1963 D with rare features or in pristine condition can reach $2.57 million. Coins with verified grading from reputable services and exceptional characteristics achieve this extraordinary price. Auctions for such coins are competitive, with collectors worldwide seeking to secure these rare pieces for their historical and financial significance. Next is the 1-cent Lincoln penny 1982, from the United States, is one of the most sought-after coins by collectors around the world, especially those minted with a D mint mark. The D mint mark signifies it was struck at the Denver Mint, which is known for producing several rare error coins over the years. The 1982 penny is unique because it was produced during a year when the U.S. Mint transitioned from a predominantly copper composition to a zinc core with a thin copper plating. This composition change has made certain variations highly collectible. Many collectors focus on the subtle differences between the 1982 pennies, including weight variations and slight differences in design. Some coins are all copper, while others are copper-plated zinc, and the D mint mark adds another layer of rarity. This makes the 1-cent Lincoln penny 1982 D mint mark a fascinating piece for both beginner and advanced collectors. The demand for these coins has steadily increased as numismatists aim to complete their Lincoln cent collections with every variation. the history behind the Lincoln penny stretches back to 1909, when the coin was first introduced to honor President Abraham Lincoln. Over the decades, the design has seen minor adjustments, but the 1982 penny represents a major turning point in its production. The change in metal composition was due to rising copper prices, prompting the U.S. Mint to innovate while keeping the coin in circulation. Collectors value these transitional pennies not just for their rarity but also for the story they tell about economic changes in America. The 1982 penny with a D mint mark also occasionally appears with die errors, which increases its allure. Errors can include double dies, off-center strikes, or repunched mint marks, making individual coins unique. Collectors actively seek these anomalies, as even small mistakes can significantly enhance a coin's value. The 1-cent Lincoln penny 1982, D mint mark, has become emblematic of the complex collecting world, where tiny differences can mean millions. Coins from 1982 were part of a high mintage year, which paradoxically contributes to the rarity of certain types. While millions of pennies were minted overall, the number of surviving all-copper coins with the D mint mark is limited. Preservation is crucial because coins in mint condition command far higher prices. Collectors often examine edges, luster, and color to determine authenticity and grade, which can make or break a sale. Many 1-cent Lincoln penny 1982, D mint mark, coins have circulated extensively, making high-grade examples even rarer. Coins that remain uncirculated are particularly desirable for collectors and investors. The mint mark itself can sometimes appear weakly struck or slightly misplaced, which can also affect value, with some misaligned mint marks being prized as collectible curiosities. The coin's design features Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, with the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. The portrait of Lincoln has remained consistent since 1909, but the detail in the 1982 pennies is often sharper in uncirculated examples. Coins struck at Denver show subtle differences in relief and strike quality compared to other mints, contributing to collector interest and historical significance. The value of a 1-cent Lincoln penny 1982, D mint mark, can reach $1.80 million, depending on its condition and rarity. Exceptional examples with errors, pristine surfaces, or proof-like qualities attract top bids at auctions. Serious collectors and investors view these coins not just as currency but as appreciating assets that combine history, artistry, and rarity. Ownership of such a coin is considered prestigious in numismatic circles, often drawing attention at shows and private sales. Next is the 1-cent Lincoln penny 1974, is a remarkable coin in American numismatic history, famous for its rarity and collector demand. Struck during a period of high production, the absence of a mint mark on some 1974 pennies makes them extraordinarily scarce. Most Lincoln cents of this era carry either a D or S mint mark, but a few escape the minting records, creating a rare anomaly that collectors chase relentlessly. The design of the 1974 Lincoln penny reflects the iconic profile of Abraham Lincoln, a symbol of American perseverance and history. The obverse features Lincoln's bust, modeled by Victor David Brenner in 1909, while the reverse displays the Lincoln Memorial, which had become a fixture on the penny in 1959. Its composition of 95% copper gives it a distinctive reddish-brown tone that can help experts identify authentic examples. Minting errors and variations contribute to the 1974 penny's mystique. While most coins were properly marked with their respective mint locations, a small number of these coins were mistakenly released without a mint mark. This scarcity is compounded by the fact that many pennies from circulation are worn or damaged, reducing the pool of high-quality specimens available to collectors. The 1974 penny also holds historical significance. It was produced during the Nixon administration, a period marked by economic shifts and the copper shortage that influenced coin production. Collectors value it not only for its rarity but also as a tangible piece of 1970s American history, representing both the culture and economic conditions of the era. Authentication is critical when evaluating a 1974 penny without a mint mark. Experts examine the coin's weight, diameter, and metallurgical composition, as well as its surface and strike quality. Any sign of tampering or added mint marks can drastically reduce its value, making professional grading essential for serious collectors. High-grade examples of the 1974 Lincoln penny without a mint mark are exceedingly rare in mint state condition. Coins that exhibit no signs of wear, with crisp details on Lincoln's face and the memorial, command significant attention in the numismatic community. Even circulated examples can fetch impressive sums due to the rarity of the mintmark omission. Auction records show that interest in the 1974 penny without mintmark has been growing steadily. Collectors often compete fiercely when these coins appear for sale, driving prices up. The scarcity combined with historical and aesthetic appeal makes it a flagship piece for any serious Lincoln penny collection. The value of a top-quality 1974 penny without a mintmark can reach $2.21 million, depending on its condition and provenance. Coins with perfect surfaces and exceptional eye appeal tend to outperform others, reflecting their desirability among elite collectors and investors alike. This extreme valuation highlights just how exceptional this coin is in the world of American numismatics. Preservation techniques play a crucial role in maintaining the integrity of the 1974 penny. Collectors store them in protective holders, avoiding exposure to moisture, air, or contaminants that could tarnish the copper surface. Proper care ensures that the coin retains its historical and financial significance over time. Ultimately, the 1974 Lincoln penny without mintmark represents the pinnacle of rarity for modern American cents. Its combination of historical context, scarcity, and aesthetic appeal makes it an iconic and highly coveted piece among collectors worldwide. Its story continues to captivate anyone interested in coins, history, and investment-quality collectibles. Next is the 1993 demintmark Lincoln penny. Is one of the rarest coins in modern American numismatics, captivating collectors and investors alike. Struck at the Denver Mint, this coin is part of the Lincoln Cent series, which has been in continuous production since 1909, honoring President Abraham Lincoln. While the majority of 1993 pennies were circulated in massive numbers, a small number of demintmark variations display unique features that make them highly sought after. Its rarity lies not in the year itself but in subtle minting anomalies that distinguish it from standard circulation pieces. This coin's obverse design features the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln, sculpted by Victor David Brenner, which has graced all Lincoln cents for over a century. The reverse showcases the Lincoln Memorial, which became standard for cents in 1959 to commemorate Lincoln's 150th birthday. Careful inspection of the 1993 demintmark penny reveals sharp details on Lincoln's hair and the monument, indicating a high-quality strike that appeals to collectors who prioritize condition and clarity. The 1993 demintmark penny is especially notable for its variations, including double die errors and off-center strikes that occasionally occur during the minting process. These anomalies are not just printing quirks, they represent errors during the die preparation or coin striking process, which inadvertently increases the coin's desirability. Coins exhibiting these characteristics are far scarcer than standard issues, creating a natural scarcity that drives collector demand. Numismatic experts often emphasize the importance of grading when assessing the value of a 1993 demintmark Lincoln penny. Coins are evaluated on a scale from poor 1 to perfect mint state 70, with higher grades reflecting sharper details and minimal wear. The highest grade examples of this penny, especially those retaining original luster and free from scratches or discoloration, command the most attention in auctions and private sales. The historical context of the 1993 demintmark penny also contributes to its allure. The early 1990s saw a surge in coin collecting interest, partially fueled by economic uncertainty and a fascination with U.S. history. Collectors were particularly drawn to mintmark varieties and error coins, recognizing them as potential long-term investments. This period solidified the reputation of certain Lincoln pennies, including the 1993 demintmark, as highly desirable in modern numismatic circles. Collectors often note that despite its relatively recent production, the 1993 demintmark Lincoln penny has already achieved a level of rarity comparable to coins minted decades earlier. Limited numbers of well-preserved coins remain in circulation, making uncirculated or near-perfect examples increasingly difficult to locate. This scarcity enhances both the historical significance and financial value of the coin, bridging the gap between modern minting and collectible appeal. The estimated value of a high-grade 1993 demintmark Lincoln penny reaches approximately $1.47 million, depending on condition, rarity of the minting error, and market demand. Auction records and private sales consistently demonstrate that coins meeting the highest standards can attract extraordinary prices, reflecting both their numismatic importance and investment potential. Such staggering figures highlight the penny's status as a modern collectible capable of delivering significant returns to those who acquire it. Next is the 1-cent Lincoln penny 2003, from the United States, is considered one of the rarest coins for collectors today, especially without a mint mark, making it a highly sought-after piece. Its rarity comes from the limited production errors during that year, which left certain batches without the usual mint mark that identifies where the coin was struck. These anomalies often attract serious numismatists looking for coins with unusual characteristics and historical significance. The design of the 2003 Lincoln penny remains consistent with the traditional profile of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, a design that has been a staple since 1909. The reverse features the Union Shield, which had been introduced just a few years prior in 2009, though some special error coins retained older designs in limited cases. This combination of historical and visual appeal makes the coin both a collector's item and a piece of American history. The minting process for the 2003, without mint mark, involved high-speed production, but due to errors or oversight, some coins were released into circulation without the identifying letter. Normally, coins bear a D for Denver or P for Philadelphia, but missing mint marks are anomalies that significantly increase a coin's desirability among collectors. This type of error is rare and can greatly influence the coin's market value. Collectors highly prize the condition of a 2003 1-cent Lincoln penny, and uncirculated specimens are particularly valuable. Coins with minimal wear, clear details, and no discoloration are considered prime examples. The grading scale used by numismatists, such as MS, mint state, or PF, proof, plays a crucial role in determining the coin's market worth, as higher grades signify superior quality and rarity. The historical context of the 2003 penny adds another layer to its appeal. The coin was minted during a time of significant cultural and economic developments in the United States, bridging modern numismatic practices with long-standing traditions of coinage. The Lincoln penny itself carries the legacy of President Abraham Lincoln, symbolizing unity and progress, which enhances its narrative value. Collectors and investors often search for coins like the 2003, without mint mark, not only for their rarity but also for their potential long-term value. The limited quantity available means that as time passes, fewer of these coins remain in excellent condition, which drives up both demand and pricing among enthusiasts. Auction houses and private collectors often compete for these rare pieces. The errors in the 2003 penny are subtle, requiring a trained eye to identify. The absence of a mint mark may not be immediately noticeable to casual observers, but for experienced numismatists, it signifies a special variant that separates it from standard production coins. This attention to detail highlights the careful observation and expertise needed to properly identify and authenticate rare coins. The estimated value of the 1-cent Lincoln penny 2003, without mint mark, in pristine condition can reach up to $1.15 million, depending on its grade and provenance. This astronomical valuation reflects not only its scarcity but also the high level of demand among collectors and investors who recognize the coin as a historical artifact with immense financial potential.